I'm in trouble, I'm an addict, I'm addicted to this girl. She's got my heart tied in a knot. And my
Hey
stomach in a
YouTubers,
roll.
it's
Even worse,
me,
I can't stop
Kandi.
calling her.
I decided to make my
I've
first
been saying
tutorial
it's
today.
not too
This is
sore.
going to be a candy tutorial.
Been playing too
Bear
much
with me, it's my
gigs.
first tutorial
I've been
ever.
listening to
And it's on
jazz.
how to
I
make
call so
one of
many
these. It's
times. I
a
swear
candy
she's
cupcake.
going mad, and that's
Basically, just a
cellular.
cupcake out of beads and
The
string.
death of us,
But
I swear.
I,
I
I,
swear.
I'm pretty sure people do their research on candy, if there is any research. But yeah, there goes nothing. So you will need three colors of beads. That's 10 for the bottom of the cupcake, which is this, and then 12 for the kind of icing, the top part, and then one for the cherry. So I'm going to be using blue for the bottom, and I don't know if you can see that, but white for the top part, and then of course naturally a red one for the cherry. Now for string, I'm using fishing line because it is definitely much stronger to make, stitches or to make things like this, actually, in general. Because stretchy string that people use for bracelets is kind of stretchy, and I'm afraid that it will break sometimes. So I like fishing line much better when it comes to making these sort of things. Of course, when making cups and whatnot, use regular stretchy string. So cut about, I don't really use measurements, just cut like a really long piece of fishing line or string or whatever you have. Stretchy string is fine. And you put on a pattern of these, the not the 10 ones, but you put two on, and then you put them together, and then you put two on, and so on and so forth. It's pretty simple stuff. Of course, when you're done, you're gonna have something like this, and then you tie it off. Just tie it a couple times. Keep it in place. Make sure it's tight. Yeah. So you have this. And you have this little thing. Like I said, make sure it's tight. Then what you do is you take some more string and cut a big piece off. Not like a giant piece, like half the roll or half the thing that you're using, but a pretty big piece. And you start threading through the very first bead, which is this one, right here. And then you put a string on, blue string, or not blue string, wow, a blue bead on. And then you put it through the second bead, and then put another blue bead on, like so. And then one more blue bead, just like this. So you have something that looks a lot like this. Then what you do is you put on one of your white ones, and then you put it through this hole thingy, through the hole. You kind of like put it aside, sorta, and then you do the very same thing. You put one white bead on, and then you put it through the bead just like you did with the other one. And then what you do is you pull them kind of tight like that. So you have this kind of gap thing. You know what I'm talking about? And then you have another white bead and you just put it through one of the strings. Any string you want. And then you tie it. A couple times, like I said. Make sure it's pretty tight. If it's not tight, it looks really weird. Especially if you have fishing line, trust me. It's kind of sucks. And I have to go back and fix it. And what you do with the 2 strings, you leave them on. And you see how, I don't know if you can see that, how 2 of them are pulling out like this. Leave one that's already going this way, this way. And then the other one, you put it through the middle bead. Yeah, you put it through the middle bead, just like this. And then you put on a white bead. And then you put it through the end bead like this. And then another white bead. Stupid string is so damn long. Hit. Right? Like so. And you have this. See how it's somewhat, owning up to its shape somewhat. So yeah, you do that and then you put on. Here's what's kind of tricky. Like, it's getting to the tricky parts. You do it again, like what you just did basically, but with another row. Yeah. Alright, and then you put it through the hole like that. That is what she said. So just like that. So you have this. And then you do the same thing that you did. You just put on a bead and tie it. Tight. So what she said. Okay. And then, I double tie it. You don't have to. And the same thing that you did before. You put the string through the hole. It's like it should be going through that hole. And you have this. And I didn't mess up yet. No, I didn't. Cool. Now what you do is you do the same thing that you did with one more row that you have. Once you have this right here, you put the string through the very end. You see this bead right here? You just put the string, don't put any beads on it, through that. And then it comes like that. And you do the same thing with the other side. And then it comes like this. Oops, sorry. Ends up being like this. And then you take your bead, whatever one you're using for the cherry. I'm using red. And you just tie. Just put it on and tie it. Like so. Yeet. So far it's almost looking like a cherry. It's not a complete cherry just yet. And then you cut it off. So what you have so far is this. And what you do to get, how this one has, the end beads out like that, more like a cupcake. You take your string and you just cut 2 somewhat short, not too short pieces of string. So I just take this. I gotta be so long, string. I know what I did. I unwinded it. But yeah, you take short pieces of string There we go. Maybe about this long. I don't know if you can see that. About this long. Doesn't even have to be that long. It's a little too long. And you see how these two beads are like that, white beads. You put the string through the white bead, like right. Okay, see right here. Well, in the last on the top, the last blue bead and the white bead are next to each other. Where that white bead is, you put the string through that white bead, like so, and then you put on whatever color you have your top beaded. Mine is white, and then you put the string through the bead that's right on top of it. Look. So you have this. You have this. And then you tie it. Basically, you're tying a bead on. And it's somewhat weird, but hey, that's how I do it. There are different ways to do it, trust me. There are different ways to do, like, better looking cupcakes. I know Ginger Candy has a good one. Gift on YouTube, they have good ones. If you want to go check them out, I suggest you check them out because I'm somewhat a beginner at candy as well. Not a complete beginner, no. I started candy like about a month or two, not even a month ago actually. The shirt's pretty tight. And cut it off. Same thing with the other side. So I hope I did pretty well for my first tutorial ever. I pretty much just, since like I've been learning so many things, I just took a pattern. I printed a pattern out of candypatterns.com. I'll post a link in the bottom. But I just printed out one of them and found the cupcake cuff one. This is the one I made for Miss Sarah Depp, by the way. Hope she'll like it. But yeah, that's the one I made her. Yeah, that's what I did. I printed it out and I copied the pattern. So, I basically just copied the pattern and did what I knew. I hope you liked it. This might not be the way that most people do theirs, but this is how I do mine. And, post comment and and say if I should do some more. Hope you like the tutorial.
Uptown, downtown, all around the world we gonna jump now.